In Lagos, every babe has a secret. But Mimi's own was deadly. They called her a goddess of the night. A runs girl with beauty that could melt the virtue off a pastor. Money followed her like perfume. Men worshipped her like a shrine. But when she met the man who never cast a shadow, her life stopped belonging to her. This is the true story of Mimi the Lagos babe, who married a spirit husband. Mimi was 24, brown-skinned, fine like wine, body perfect like someone God took extra time to arrange. Her beauty had funded 3 of her friends' businesses, paid rent for her siblings, and upgraded her mother to a 2-bedroom with pop ceiling. She lived on Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. The kind of apartment where you open the wardrobe and LED lights come on by themselves. Her nights were simple. Dress. Snap. Step out. Find a rich man. Collect money. Disappear like breeze. No guilt. No shame. No apologies. In Lagos, survival has many faces. Mimi's own wore lipstick. But one night, the night everything changed, started like every other. It was a Friday. A wealthy politician's son was hosting an exclusive party in Ikoyi. Drinks were free. Security was tight. And the men were rich enough to change a girl's destiny. Mimi walked into the mansion wearing a red silk dress that hugged her body like a second skin. Heads turned. Whispers followed her. Some babes hissed. Some men swallowed fear. But Mimi smiled like she owned the place. Everything was normal. Until she noticed him. Across the room. Tall. Handsome. Dark-skinned with a calm, dangerous beauty. Neatly trimmed beard. Eyes that looked like they could read a soul. Suit expensive but quiet. The kind rich people wear when they don't need to prove anything. He was not smiling. He was just watching her. Mimi felt something she had never felt before. Her chest tightened. Her throat dry. Her heartbeat loud like generator sound. She tried to look away. But his eyes held her like handcuffs. Suddenly the party noise faded. The lights dimmed. The music sounded far away. It was like the world froze. And only 2 people existed. The man walked toward her slowly, like someone who knew she belonged to him. Some meetings are not by accident. Some eyes you lock with are not human. When he reached her, he spoke in a voice smooth like cold Zobo after a long day. Good evening. Mimi. Mimi stepped back. How do you know my name? He smiled. Names follow those who carry destiny. That answer shook her. Was he one of her client's friends? Someone from Instagram? A stalker? She couldn't tell. But the attraction was mad. Intense. Spiritual. He stretched his hand. I'm Adrian. She placed her hand in his. Cold. Not normal cold. Cold like bathwater at 3 a.m. Cold like something that has never seen sunlight. Her body trembled, but she forced a smile. Who invited you? He said gently. I go wherever I choose. Something about the way he spoke felt like command, not conversation. Mimi glanced down and froze. His body was standing directly under a bright chandelier, but he had no shadow. Her breath caught. She looked again, blinking, rubbing her eyes. Nothing. Every other person had a shadow. The furniture had a shadow. Even the speaker had a shadow. But Adrian didn't. Before she could move, before she could inhale properly, Adrian leaned close to her ear, his lips almost brushing her skin. You don't have to fear me, Mimi. Not yet. Her knees weakened. Not yet. What did that mean? Adrian took her hand again. Come. Let's talk somewhere quiet. Her mind screamed run. Her body followed him like a puppy. They walked to the balcony overlooking the lagoon. Cool wind. City lights dancing on the water. Lagos felt far away. For the first time, Adrian's eyes softened. You're searching for something. I can give it to you. Mimi forced a laugh. Which one? Money. I already have men giving me that. He smiled. You think small. I'm talking about life. Security. Power. Protection from any harm. A life where no man can treat you as disposable. Mimi's eyes narrowed. This man was strange, but the way he spoke felt like prophecy. Why me? She asked. Adrian's voice dropped lower. Because your soul is loud, Mimi. It calls out every night. You shine so brightly that things not of this world can see you. A chill ran down her spine. What kind of things? She whispered. He stepped closer. Me. Suddenly, the door burst open. A woman rushed outside. A dark-skinned lady in a tight gown. Face covered in expensive makeup. Her name was Bianca. A fellow runs babe. Older than Mimi. Smarter than most. Bianca dragged Mimi aside. Are you mad? Do you know who you're talking to? Mimi frowned. Do you know him? Bianca's face was pale. Mimi. I've seen him before. 2 years ago. At a mansion in Banana Island. He was with another girl. Fine babe from Unilag. Within 1 month, she relocated to UK. She was glowing. Money everywhere. We thought she had blown. Bianca swallowed hard. 2 months later, she vanished. No phone. No family contact. Nothing. It was like she disappeared from the world. Mimi's heart thumped hard. She whispered. What are you saying? Bianca's voice trembled. Mimi, that man is not normal. When he walked past me that day, I felt my spirit shake. Before she could finish, the balcony lights flickered. Wind blew violently out of nowhere. Bianca gasped and turned. Adrian was standing directly behind her. She staggered backward, breathing fast. Adrian didn't blink. He spoke calmly. Bianca, your fear makes too much noise. Leave. Her legs moved before her mind did. She ran inside. Mimi stood frozen. Adrian turned to her, eyes gentle again. Don't let frightened people make decisions for you, Mimi. What I offer you is bigger than fear. His cold fingers touched her cheek. Her skin tingled. Adrian leaned closer. Come with me. Just one night. If you don't like what you see, I will let you go. Mimi swallowed. Her heart said run. Her curiosity said stay. Her greed whispered yes. She nodded slowly. Adrian smiled. The kind of smile that marks the beginning of a beautiful disaster. Mimi followed Adrian down the stairs, her heels clicking softly on the marble. Every step felt like walking deeper into a tunnel, one she was not sure she could escape. Outside, an all-black Maybach waited by the gate. Tint so deep it looked like a pool of darkness. The driver stepped out. A tall man in a suit, face expressionless. But something was wrong. His eyes were white. No pupils. No iris. Just white. Mimi's breath caught. What's wrong with his eyes? She whispered. Adrian didn't look back. Nothing that concerns you. He opened the door for her. Inside, the car smelled like cold rain and jasmine. Expensive. Quiet. Almost too quiet. Like sound itself refused to enter. As the car pulled out of Ikoyi, Mimi looked through the window, expecting to see cars, lights, traffic, police, noise. The usual chaos of Lagos nightlife. But she saw nothing. No cars. No pedestrians. No Okadas. No buses. Only darkness. Thick darkness swallowing the road. She swallowed hard. Where are we going? Adrian answered calmly. To somewhere only those I choose can enter. Mimi felt a chill. Is this still Lagos? Adrian smiled faintly. Everything is Lagos, until it isn't. He reached for her hand. She flinched. His touch was colder now. Colder than before. Relax, Mimi. You're safe with me. But her heart didn't believe him. Her curiosity did. The Maybach glided forward through the endless black. No sounds. No engine. No world. Just Mimi. Adrian. And whatever he truly was. After what felt like hours, the car stopped. The driver opened the door. Mimi stepped out expecting a mansion. Banana Island style, all glass and marble. What she saw instead was something else. A house that looked ancient and modern at the same time. Black stone walls. Tall pillars carved with symbols she didn't recognize. A massive wooden door with a golden crest. 2 intertwined serpents, with 1 crown. Mimi frowned. What kind of place is this? Adrian answered softly. A home for those who do not belong to your world. Before she could speak, the door opened by itself. Warm golden light spilled out. But the strangest part wasn't the house. It was the air. Inside the compound, the air felt heavy, thick, almost alive. Like something invisible was breathing around her. Adrian took her hand again. Don't fear. Everything inside obeys me. Obeys. Not belongs. Not belongs to. Obeys. Mimi didn't know if she should run or keep going. She chose foolishness. She entered. The interior was breathtaking. Tall ceilings dripping with chandeliers. Walls decorated with murals of oceans, storms, spirits, and gods. Blue flames burned inside glass lamps. The whole place looked like an ancient palace. And a billionaire's penthouse combined. Mimi whispered, "This place is beautiful." Adrian smiled. "I knew you would appreciate it." He led her to a long dining table. Golden plates. Wine glasses shining like crystal moons. Candles that flickered without fire. The food was already waiting. Grilled fish, jollof rice glowing red. Fried plantain, smoked turkey. But something about the food felt off. The aroma was rich, enticing. Yet she could not tell what seasoning was used. Mimi sat slowly. Adrian sat opposite her. "Eat." She hesitated. "What is this?" "Food," he said. "Nothing more." She picked up a fork with shaky fingers. Tasted the rice. Instantly, her chest warmed. Her body relaxed. Her mind cleared. It tasted like the best food she had ever eaten. She took another bite. And another. Adrian watched her intensely. Not eating. Just watching. After a while, she noticed. "You're not eating." He gave her a small smile. "I don't need to." Her fork dropped. "What does that mean?" Adrian leaned forward, voice low. "Mimi, you must understand something. I can satisfy your desires. I can protect you. I can give you wealth you've never imagined. But there will be a price." Mimi's heartbeat stuttered. "What kind of price?" He paused. Then smiled. "Nothing you cannot afford." She didn't like that answer. But the food made her lightheaded. Her body felt soft. Warm. Almost floating. The candles flickered. The walls seemed to hum. The entire house felt like it was watching her. Suddenly, Adrian stood. Walked toward her. Offered his hand. "Come. Let me show you something." Against her better judgment. She took it. He led her down a hallway lit by blue flames. Every step echoed strangely, as if the floor remembered every foot that ever walked on it. At the end of the hall, there was a door made of black glass. Adrian placed his palm on it. The door melted open, like ice in the sun. Inside was a circular room with mirrors covering every wall. But these mirrors were wrong. They did not show reflections. Instead, each mirror showed scenes. Girls. Different girls. In different countries. Different houses. Different lives. Some were smiling. Some were crying. Some were lying on hospital beds. Some were glowing with wealth. Mimi stepped closer, horrified. "Who are these girls?" Adrian stood behind her. "Women I have loved." Her heart dropped. Loved. Mimi stared at one mirror. A girl in the UK shopping with luxury bags. Glossy hair. Designer clothes. She looks happy. Adrian nodded. They all get what they desire. And the ones crying, she whispered. Adrian smiled faintly. Those who break their agreements. Mimi's skin crawled. What kind of agreements? He touched her shoulder gently. Every blessing is a contract, Mimi. Even the ones humans sign without knowing. Her breathing grew unsteady. Do you want a contract with me? Adrian stepped in front of her. His face unbearably handsome but cold like marble. I want more than a contract. I want you. Before she could reply, the mirrors flickered. The candles blew out. Only dim blue light remained. Adrian's eyes glowed. Not a reflection. An internal light. A supernatural light. Mimi stepped back, trembling. What are you? Adrian took a slow breath. My world has many names. Yours calls us water spirits, river kings, night husbands, those who walk between realms. He moved closer. You would call me a spirit husband. Mimi nearly collapsed. No, this is a joke. Adrian shook his head gently. If I wanted to harm you, you would not be standing. She pressed her back to the mirrored wall, shaking. Why me? There are other girls. He stepped closer. His presence felt like an ocean pressing against her skin. You shine, Mimi. You desire. You hunger. You call out every night for something bigger than men who use you. Your soul is loud. And I heard you. She shook her head fiercely. I didn't call you. You did, he whispered. When you lay on your bed crying, begging for a life no man can take from you. You opened a door. She covered her ears. No. Adrian touched her chin lightly. I will not hurt you. I want you to choose me. But know this. Once you enter my world fully, you cannot leave unchanged. Mimi felt tears burning her eyes. Adrian, I'm human. He smiled softly. And I have loved humans before. The mirrors began to shake. A soft hum filled the room. Her head felt light, dizzy, confused. She whispered, what happens if I say yes? Adrian's voice dropped to a dangerous whisper. Then your life becomes mine. And I become yours. Mimi tried to move away. But Adrian caught her waist. Gently. But with irresistible strength. His face was inches from hers. Cold breath brushing her lips. His eyes glowed like moonlight on black water. Mimi, you have nothing to fear. I will make you powerful. Untouchable. Loved. Adored. Protected. You will never cry over a man again. Her body trembled. Her mind screamed no. Her heart whispered yes. Her greed murmured maybe. And before she could decide, Adrian kissed her. The moment his lips touched hers, a sharp cold wind blasted through the room. The mirrors flashed with lightning. The ground vibrated. A wave of cold swept through her body, pouring into her bones. Her legs nearly gave out. His kiss tasted like rain, ice, and something ancient. Something not meant for humans. Her hands shook violently. Her head felt like it was splitting open. Her chest throbbed, burning cold and hot at the same time. Adrian held her tighter. When he finally pulled away, Mimi gasped, stumbling backward. What did you do to me? Adrian looked satisfied, almost relieved. I opened a connection. Just a small one. Enough for your soul to find mine. Mimi clutched her chest. It felt like something was moving inside her. A strange pulse. Not matching her heartbeat. What if I don't want this connection? Adrian looked at her kindly. You already formed it the moment you met my eyes. The kiss only revealed what was already there. Mimi backed away. You tricked me. He shook his head softly. I do not trick. I choose. And I chose you. The mirrors darkened. The air chilled. Mimi felt weak. Confused. Connected to something she didn't understand. She whispered in fear. Adrian, please let me go home. He looked at her for a long moment. Then nodded slowly. As you wish. But something in his eyes said. She hadn't escaped anything. She had only entered. Mimi believed she was going home that night. But spirits do not chase what belongs to them. They wait. They watch. And they collect. When the time is right.